Hey everyone, so I'm going to try and do this quickly and thoroughly though. So you'll have to bear with me if you're interested in this or if you think Parler is a joke. Yeah, so just some background really quick. So I deleted my Facebook in 2019 and it had nothing to do with anything on Facebook. I just was sick of it. The identity politics stuff on there and everything, and people arguing, and just other factors. It has nothing to do with their data breach or anything like that. So after being off social media for nearly a full year, and then I hear about this thing Parler, and I was like, okay, well, conservative forum, blah blah blah, because Facebook censoring. I understand it upsets people. I enjoy free speech. But do I think everything deserves to be online? No. I think most common sense people would agree. No one should be able to go on an internet or a social media site, saying kill so and so or whatnot. I think that's wrong, but that's just me. So the censorship deal started really getting traction with the Hunter Biden thing, blah blah blah. So that was 2020, and prior to that, you never really heard anything about censorship. I mean, we all knew it was there. I used to get blocked, or not blocked, but Facebook jailed. That was the thing. Facebook didn't censor anything really. They put you in timeout for 30 days, and they would delete your post. So no one thought of it as censorship like hardcore, but it was more that you violated their terms. And so here we go. And the reason I'm doing this is, well, despite what my YouTube channel says, I always get that, oh, conservatives don't have common sense. Yeah, you people are fucking idiots. I mean, just to label someone as not having common sense by their party, whatever. But I've been on Parler for like 3 weeks. And I post factual stuff, or I tried to correct a few things. And I got called a Chinese spy and an undercover Dominion employee that was getting paid to be on there. And after that, I just just seeing the dumb shit on there. If you've been on Parler, you've seen how outlandish this shit is. But I would also like to point out, 200,000 people on Parler are supposed to be in Saudi Arabia or overseas or whatever. YouTube has the same issue with foreigners commenting every single video. And a good example, and this isn't bias or anything, I've just noticed it. Things on like The Hill or any political site, especially like AOC's, it's all foreigners commenting. And you can see right here on the analytics, 91% of views are in the US, and then I got 0.4% in Canada. So the other 8% are not in these two countries. So, and it seems like that's the situation with Parler. And then see, I get people like this. So this is my video on that executive order, and people think it's gonna flip the election. And this probably started on Parler, but it's not going to. But anyway, so someone commented that I actually didn't read it, this and that. So if you've watched my videos, I mean, you guys know. And I was actually legit reading from the executive order. So this is my conspiracy theory on Parler. I legit think that this was a setup by the left or high people up in government to track conservatives, because if you believe that there's people behind the scenes pulling strings, this and that this was all a setup, because Parler came out, it started in 2018 by two gentlemen from Denver, Colorado, who, Colorado's pretty liberal. Then they moved to Henderson. So, and censorship and everything wasn't a big deal back in 2018. So they said they started it to start a bipartisan site, and then it went to conservative. But so you got John Matz and Jared Thompson. Now the investors are pretty interesting, especially This one, because Rebecca Mercer, her dad is the one who co-found or sponsored Cambridge Analytica. And this is hilarious because when you go to their official site, check this out. Click on something and come on. You'll see in a second. It goes to Japanese products. I guess I have too many windows open. There we go. See? So that's their website. But and then so Cambridge Analytica, data processing, all that good stuff. So Rebecca Mercer is the financer of it. Now, the thing is, everything that the CEOs did before starting Parler was data collection stuff. John Matz, he worked for Amazon Web Services, and I got notes and stuff right here. Sorry, software engineer in Amazon Web Services, and they had this thing called a data lake. And I didn't know what that was. It's a system or repository where raw data is stored, and then he went to a different company, and then Parler. So both CEOs have computer backgrounds and data collection backgrounds. And just like Facebook, they collect data, they sell it. So what gets me is, since I know Rebecca Mercer, she donates to conservatives, but people forget that if you're a billionaire, you play both sides. So, so Parler gets popular when the Hunter Biden story starts getting censored, and then Twitter and Facebook start censoring conservatives, and then you have this. So, boom. After the election, then AOC calls for a list of Trump people, the accountability list. Well, that didn't go over too well with common sense people. And so she kind of backtracked that a little bit. But this Parler right here is her list. It's the government list. And what people don't, and my theory is that after Georgia, when the Democrats win, they're going to start deeming people on Parler enemies of the state. And the mainstream media has already pushed that Parler is a threat to democracy. And if you look it up, yes, I know Parler is French. I took 5 years of French. Parler, you probably can't even conjugate it. Look at the definition, though, of a parley. A parley is a post on Parler. A conference for discussion of points in dispute. A conference with an enemy. And again, to speak with another, specifically to discuss terms with an enemy. Interesting, right? So basically that's my thing, that this was all started as some kind of conspiracy to track conservatives after an election. And when you look at Parler's privacy terms, you can see that they sell your information too. And sorry, okay. So their terms of service, and basically it says that they do store your information, things you post, etc., and that they will comply with any legal precedent or standing or investigation. So if Parler users are deemed a threat to the state and the FBI shows up and says, we need all your information because of an investigation, well, they're going to turn it over. So everything you post on Parler could possibly be used against you. So that was my kind of joke, is every parley going to be a felony. But it's just crazy because the amount of stupidity on there, it can't be real. People cannot be this fucking stupid. Yeah, it kind of makes me applaud Facebook for doing what they're doing because the stupid shit you see on Parler is ridiculous. But we'll wait and see. But some of the things that they've already been introducing in the House, planning on Georgia election and them winning, the bills don't look good. And the medical marijuana or the legalization of marijuana, if that goes through and the FBI gets more money, it's going to be bad. So, again, though, this is just a theory, but we shall see how it plays out. I mean, general relativity was the theory, 9/11 was a theory, Jeffrey Epstein was a theory, and look how those turned out. So.